Corey and Brittany had been in a loving relationship for many years, and they complemented each other perfectly. Corey had always felt different from his peers, drawn to clothing and accessories typically associated with the opposite gender. However, he didn't necessarily want to be a girl, but found a sense of freedom and expression in dressing up. As Corey grew older, he began to experiment more and more with cross-dressing, often sneaking into his mother's closet to try on dresses and makeup. At first, he kept this part of himself hidden, worried about what others would think if they found out. But as he entered his teenage years, he began to feel more and more frustrated and suffocated by societal expectations. Eventually, Corey made the difficult decision to come out to his friends and family. The reaction was mixed, with some being understanding and supportive, while others were less so. Nevertheless, Corey continued to embrace his love for cross-dressing, finding solace in the freedom and creativity it brought him. It was around this time that Corey met Brittany, who was kind, compassionate, and accepting of Corey's true identity from the moment they met. She was unlike anyone he had ever known before, and he was grateful to have her by his side as he navigated the challenges of coming out. As Corey got older, he began to wonder if he could turn his passion for cross-dressing into a career. He did some research and was surprised to discover that there was a whole community of people out there who shared his interests and were making a living off it. Inspired by this realization, Corey started a blog sharing his tips and tricks for cross-dressing and makeup, and eventually began making YouTube videos as well. As his following grew, he saw the potential for turning it into a full-time job, which is precisely what he did. With hard work and dedication, Corey built a successful business around his love for cross-dressing. He started offering private consultations and makeup lessons, and even began designing and selling his line of clothing and accessories. Brittany was by his side every step of the way, offering support and encouragement. As Corey looked back on his journey, he was filled with gratitude and pride. He had come a long way from the scared and isolated teenager he had once been. He had found the courage to be true to himself and discovered a passion and a career that brought him joy and fulfillment. But more than that, he had learned the power of love for oneself and for others. He found that when he embraced and celebrated his unique identity, he was able to connect with others in a deeper and more meaningful way. As Corey's business continued to grow and thrive, he and Brittany became known as the go-to team for all things related to cross-dressing and makeup. They traveled all over the country, offering private consultations and hosting workshops and events for those interested in exploring their love for cross-dressing. But even as their business and fame grew, Corey and Brittany never lost sight of what was truly important to them. They remained humble and grounded, always remembering where they had come from and the struggles they had faced. They used their platform to lift up and empower others, always striving to make a positive impact in the world. As they looked back on their journey, Corey and Brittany were filled with gratitude and pride. They had overcome so many challenges and found a way to turn their passion into a successful career. But more than that, they had found a sense of purpose and fulfillment in helping others. So Corey and Brittany continued to work tirelessly, using their talents and their platform to inspire and empower those around them. They knew that as long as and that's exactly what Corey and Brittany did. They continued to use their platform to inspire and empower those around them. Through their workshops and events, they created a safe and welcoming space for individuals interested in exploring their love for cross-dressing and makeup. Corey found a sense of freedom and expression that he couldn't find in his everyday life as Corey. He was able to tap into a different side of his personality and express himself in ways that he couldn't before, and Brittany was there to support him every step of the way. Together, they became known as the go-to team for all things related to cross-dressing and makeup. Their business continued to thrive, and they were able to reach more and more people who shared their interests. But even as their business grew, Corey and Brittany never lost sight of what was truly important to them. They remained humble and grounded, always remembering where they came from and the struggles they faced along the way. They also recognized the importance of self-love and acceptance. Through their work, They encouraged others to embrace their unique identities and celebrate their individuality. They knew that when people were able to be true to themselves, they could make a positive impact in the world. As they looked back on their journey, Corey and Brittany were filled with gratitude and pride. They had overcome so many challenges and found a way to turn their passion into a successful career. But more than that, they had found a sense of purpose and fulfillment in helping others. Corey had always known that he was different from his peers, but he didn't let that stop him from pursuing his dreams. And with Brittany by his side, he was able to achieve more than he ever thought possible. Together, they proved that love and acceptance could overcome any obstacle.